manufacture process. And so my questions are, what type of masks do you manufacture, and do they represent the totality of mass variations sought by the Strategic National Stockpile? And if you can get all these questions in, do you make all masks that are in demand that other domestic product producers make?
The only mask that I don't make is a cone style mask, the hard cone style. All the masks like you all are wearing, we make all of those, and we make N95 respirators, yes.
You do all the N95?
Our factory used to make 87% of the U.S. mask supply.
So as you know, the Strategic National Stockpile procedure procures medical countermeasures and other supplies to be deployed in a public health agency.
Yes, sir.
I understand you worked with Dr. Bright at BARDA to get federal funding to produce masks. Did you have any conversations with Stephen Adams, the acting director of the Strategic National Stockpile?
Let me go back before that. In the Strategic National Stockpile, I met with Greg Burrell face-to-face 5 or 6 years ago. And Greg Burrell had no problem whatsoever buying Chinese masks. And I had a conversation with him in the hallway after a meeting when I said, don't you find this a problem that America is dependent on Chinese masks? And he said, no, I don't. And as far as Mr. Adams, I believe I may have emailed him. I don't know, sir. The last 100 days, I've talked to so many people. I don't know what day it is most of the time.
So you thought it was necessary to go through Dr. Bright? You couldn't get anybody else to listen to him than Dr. Bright?
Well, no. You got it all wrong. First of all, I wasn't looking for...
I'm wrong. I'm just trying to find the information.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I wasn't looking for business. I opened my email. I don't need your business. My phones are ringing off the wall. I thought of BARDA, Dr. Robinson, Dr. Hatchett, and Dr. Bright. I thought of them as brothers in arms. I knew they couldn't buy my products. I knew that. But they were the only people who believed it. I would like everybody to go to YouTube, put in Michael Burgess and Prestige AMERITECH. You'll see Mr. Burgess talking at our factory 10 years ago. You'll see him say that only 10% of the mask supply is made in the United States. I talked to Michael Burgess, Ron Wright, Joe Barton, Patrick Leahy. My associate Matt Conlon talked to Chuck Schumer. I wrote Barack Obama 20 letters. Wrote President Trump and everybody in his early administration. Defense Secretary Mattis, General Jeffrey Clark, Nicole Lurie, Anita Patel with CDC, National Academies of Science, Greg Burrell, hundreds of hospitals, hospital purchasing groups, the Hospital Risk Managers Association. Hospital Risk Managers Association told them the mask supply was going to collapse. This is a risk. Nobody listened. Association of Operating Room Nurses, the Defense Department, the Veterans Department, Texas Governor Rick Perry, State Texas Rep Bill Zedler. By the way, Bill Zedler got it. Dozens of reporters. I've been on every news show. I've done this for 13 years. Nobody listened. And my conscience is clean, Mr. Guthrie. I've been working on this damn issue for 13 years, trying to save lives. Nobody listened, and now I'm not going to take any of this, what you're trying to do.
I'm not sure what I'm trying to do. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to find out about who you talked with and move forward. So, well, the issue is that we do have to figure out what's strategic and where to move forward. And there is a lot of stuff, not just masks, a lot of stuff come from China, a lot of our pharmaceuticals and stuff moving forward. And that's something this committee needs to dig in to move forward and figure out what's moving forward. But I'm not sure what you were accusing me of trying to do, but I'll yell back. I apologize if I offended you. I didn't intend to.
The gentleman yields back. I think my colleagues will agree that my description of Mr. Bowen is that he's a force of nature. I mean, he has refused to give up since what year? 2006? You began your crusade?
2006.
2006.